The CFP has made their final decisions. It was a hard decision for them, but they have officially made it and entered what the final 4-team college football playoff will look like. And I'll just do a quick little what we saw, and the quick little recap of the New Year's Six. Michigan gets number 1 after a 13-0 year. No surprises there. They dominated every single game. They had a couple close calls, but that's college football. Not every game. Every game is a hard game, no matter who you're playing. Sharon Moore was 6-0 in the games he head coach, with Harbaugh being gone. Michigan is easily deserving after that 26-0 Big Ten championship win over Iowa. Nothing in my mind tells me Michigan should not be the number 1 opponent. We will see how they perform, but it makes plenty sense that the Michigan Wolverines come in here as the number 1 team. Washington picks up number 2. The Huskies, 13-0. They were great. Michael Penix, Kalen DeBoer, they played so well. They never looked back. An undefeated year makes them. They were a lock after they beat Oregon. I mean, nobody expected anything else here. And it's going to be interesting to see how well they do. This is a team that the defense really stepped up their play down the stretch of the season. They got some quality wins people thought they would lose. So you got to give it. That's a big-time win for Washington. Texas gets number 3 after a 12-1 year. Huge win over Bama. Texas dominates the Big 12 championship game over Oklahoma State. The only loss came to Oklahoma, but obviously this offense is great. The defenses play good. T'Vondre Sweat caught a touchdown pass to the 300-pound defensive lineman against Oklahoma State. They never looked back. Steve Sarkisian, 3 years now a coach, 4-8 in year 1, 8-4 in year 2, 12-1 in a CFP in year 3. We'll see how and then Bama gets number 4 after a 12-1 year. The only loss came to Texas. Key wins. They beat Ole Miss. Key win over Georgia on Saturday. Nick Saban's program is back in, guys, and we thought they weren't going to be very good after they struggled at the beginning of the year. God, he can't do anything. Nick Saban's just such a good coach, and there's no denying that. And for as hard as it is, Nick Saban is able to get it done. So Bama's in, and that's the 4-team college football playoff. January 1st, New Year's Day, will be the semifinals. Rose Bowl, 3 o'clock, ESPN. Michigan and Alabama. That's Mountain Time. All-State Sugar Bowl, 6:45, ESPN. Texas, Washington. Yes, you heard me. Georgia, Ohio State, Florida State, not in. Wow, Florida State. Gotta be pissed if you're a Nole fan. But without Travis, they'll just get demolished. And now for FSU, they're the first Power 5 unbeaten team not to be in the CFP. Has the 10th year of the CFP. It's just made a tough decision now. And they made great games. Washington and Texas in the Sugar Bowl on New Year's Day and night is an incredible matchup. This is 2 of the best offenses in college football. 2 of the best quarterbacks in college football. Quinn Ewers against Michael Penix. Insane game in the Sugar Bowl. This is kind of one of those games where it's like a 1st to 45. Which defense can get more stops is really what this game is going to come down to. I like Texas's D in this game, and I think, this is just going to be a wildly excited game because, it's going to be whichever defense can get the most amount of stops. With both these offenses just not looking back, the reason why they haven't lost this year, Washington, because nobody can stop the offense. Michael Penix, incredible football player. Dylan Johnson at running back has been great. The receiving core is incredible. Nobody can stop them. And Texas, guys, has been just maybe the best win in college football over Alabama. Nobody can stop them right now. And while Xavier Worthy was injured, we don't know his status, but either way, still think a hell of a game. And then Michigan and Alabama is another huge one in the Rose Bowl. This is a team where Alabama, 2 very strong defenses. Bama's loaded with 5 stars and just a bunch of talent in their defense. And Michigan has talent in their defense. Big physical defenses where kind of this game comes down to which offense can score. I mean, this is kind of a first 24 kind of game, in my opinion. This is going to be a much lower scoring game where how many times can your offense score points? Points are going to be hard to come by in a game like this. But it's 2 quarterbacks, 2 great offenses, too, that can really score. So this is now the lower kind of game here. And I think it's 2 amazing CFP matches. I think the CFP got it right. Yes, FSU, Georgia, Ohio State, those teams left out. But, that's kind of football for you right there. So let's just go over the quick New Year's 6 games. And it starts with the Goodyear Cotton Bowl, Missouri, 10-2. Eli Drinkwitz, what a year for them. They are in a New Year's Six Bowl playing the 11-1 Ohio State Buckeyes on December 29th. ESPN. This will be the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic, Missouri and Ohio State. When I saw this, I thought it was an interesting matchup because, well, two teams, Ohio State, just can't really get over that hump of beating Michigan, but they're still a very high-powered offense. Will Marvin Harrison be a finalist for the Heisman? I don't know. Missouri, though, put together an incredible year for them, and it's good for them to be in the Cotton Bowl. I mean, they're deserving 10-2 year. Great job. And then the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl will be played on December 30th. Ole Miss and Penn State, two 10-2 teams. Lane Kiffin versus James Franklin. Lane Kiffin in this offense can score. Penn State's got a very talented and physical, big, gifted defensive line. This is an interesting game because two 10-2 programs very coached well. I think Penn State, though, has an advantage in this game. I think they have a better defense. I think they'll be able to get more stops. This is another game to me that comes down to Penn State is going to have to be able to get stops, and Ole Miss is going to be able to be able to score. If Ole Miss can score, I think they have this one. But if this is the most intriguing New Year's Six for the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, very fun matchup we have here. And then we get into yet another game, and then it'll be played on, I believe, December 30th as well at night. The Capital One Orange Bowl, Florida State in Georgia. FSU 13-0, Georgia 12-1. Two teams upset they didn't make the playoff. We'll get a play. How many opt-outs will there be? Probably a lot, which will make this game worse. But Mike Norvell, he gets a chance to show that his team should have been in. And now this is really where leadership comes in. The team, they're going to be very, very, very upset. They didn't make it when they thought they should have. We'll see how they bounce back, and we'll see how they show us. And then on New Year's Day will be the VRBO Fiesta Bowl. Liberty, 13-0 year under first-year head coach, making it as the mid-major, taking on the Oregon Ducks, 12-1. Bo Nix, 11-2. Bo Nix already announced he'll be playing in this game. So obviously Oregon most likely going to win this. But what a year it was for Liberty, and what a story. Glad they get to play in Year 6. So yeah, that's what we got. The CFP's out. Make sure to tune in to bowl season. And I'm out. Peace from Let's Talk Sports.